Hey and welcome back. Today I decided to do a quick video on a common maintenance task that I've kind of overlooked on this channel. I'm talking about upgrading our Home Assistant and our Node-RED instances. Now this is something that you probably should have done along the way if you started off with our first videos almost a year ago. There's really rapid development on these open source projects, especially Home Assistant. I think there's almost a weekly or bi-weekly release that includes new components, new ways to interact with your smart home, and I've certainly been updating along the way, but I kind of realized that I haven't gone through that process with you guys yet. So I'm sure a lot of you, or the majority of you, probably already know this, and it's going to be kind of a refresher for you, but anyone out there who's just getting started with this software, let's walk through the proper way to update. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm running this on Linux. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade all the packages on my installation. I'm going to do a full system upgrade. Now, bear in mind, I've done a backup prior to this. I actually snapshotted the VM where my automation server is running, and this is a pretty crucial step. You're going to want to make a backup anytime you make significant system changes. You've put a lot of work into your home automation server, I would assume, and it's not something that we want to accidentally corrupt or lose. So if you don't have a nightly backup already scheduled, consider that, but certainly before you upgrade, create a backup. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage my package manager, pacman, to do a full system upgrade, and that's with sudo pacman.syu. And the packages that I'm really aiming to update here well, obviously we're going to be updating the system kernel and things like that, but the packages that I'm really interested in updating here is Node.js and npm, which is going to be a big part of the Node-RED update. And I also want to update my Python libraries, Python 3 and pip, the Python package manager, and that's going to be how we update our Home Assistant. Anyway, here we go. So I've got 3 gigs worth of updates here, so I will speed through the rest of this install and I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, so now that that's complete, we're now going to start by updating Node-RED. Now, we did have a Node.js update in there, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be stopping Node-RED and reinstalling it with the following commands. So I'll go ahead and do a sudo systemctl stop Node-RED. Okay, and we're going to do a sudo npm cache clean force. Okay, so as you can see here, it is giving me a warning about a minor version of npm that has been updated. I'm going to stick with the version that my package manager provided, which is 6.4.0. So I'll ignore that, and I'm going to enter the command sudo npm install -g. Let's say term Node-RED. So this will reinstall Node-RED for us. Okay, so that completed. We're going to go ahead and start up Node-RED again. We'll say start Node-RED. And you notice there's a message here about some removed packages and some added packages. This is a usual thing we see with updating Node-RED. It is important though that we go in and have a quick look to make sure that our palette still looks fine, that we're not missing anything crucial in here. So I'll have a quick look through to make sure that the nodes that I'm used to seeing are still here. And of course, yes, they all are. There's all my Home Assistant nodes there. I'll go through, have a quick look at some of my flows. Everything looks complete. So we're good there. It was just a clean update, and nothing important or nothing that was in use was removed. But it is important to check that out. The next thing we're going to look at is updating Home Assistant. So for this, let's also stop Home Assistant. So we'll do a sudo systemctl stop has. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and update Home Assistant, and we do that with a sudo pip3 install -- upgrade Home Assistant. Enter that. Okay, so with both of our applications now upgraded, we've already started Node-RED. We're going to go ahead and start Home Assistant, sudo systemctl start has, and we'll perform the same smoke check we did on Node-RED. So I've opened my Home Assistant instance. Everything seems to be working properly. I can see all my sensors are here. I can see my cameras are working. These ones are already off, so not a big deal. Oops. Everything looks pretty good. What I'll probably do now, just to make sure that everything's fine, is I will go through another restart process while tailing the logs to see if I can spot any errors. But for the most part, everything looks fine. So that's pretty much all I had to share with you today regarding upgrades. Like I said, a lot of you guys are probably already more than familiar with this, but I'm happy to, show anyone who isn't. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.